Friday, September something. Wayne Rogers here with Wicked Fishing. Just putting together some footage. Decided to come down to the pond. Just kind of chillax by myself today. Found one here. And finally remembered to try something I've been wanting to try for a while, which is the bread bait trick. That's right, bread. White bread. I actually brought down some old French loaves I had left over from some crab salad dinner a few weeks ago. The bread's not moldy, still good, a little dry. You get it lightly wet, you pack it on there with the consistency of like a mashed potato. You don't want it soaked. It's got to stick on the hook. And then this happens. Say hello, bluegill. Bit it and took off with it right away. Cool. I'm going to keep at this for a little bit. A little bit of spitter water. You pack it on the hook and then you throw it out. You got to work at it a little harder. See if this will work. Immediate action. Oh yeah. Whoa. Making me fight pretty good here. Okay, so it's official. Red thing works. Wow. Sorry for the camera drop, guys. This bread stuff really works. So if you're ever out of bait, you think you can't catch fish because you don't have any night crawlers, raid the bread drawer. It's that easy. Oh, gravity. Alright, got a fighter. I got a genuine little green sunfish. Alright. Bluegill. Oh, guys. Pan fishing. Alright, guys. I'm going to revolutionize pan fishing. Chunk of worm. And a chunk of bread. Come get some. Another green sun. guys have got to see the coloring on this bluegill. Look at this deep blue, this light shiny blue. I don't know if you can see it in the sunlight very well, but this is a beautiful fish. Very gorgeous coloring. Very gorgeous fish. That's what it's all about. Another brother. I tell you what, guys, had a few bad days. Granted, these are dinks. Well, let me tell you something. It's still great to get out here. It's a lot of fun. Fishing's therapy. And that was a wicked bite. Ah, my knee just popped. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I moved my line over the tree branch. That's it. I still managed to pluck the gilly. And I get to reuse my worm. Oh. This little guy needs the pliers. Always keep a pliers, nail clippers. You guys are going to want these things, trust me. Wow, you guys just missed that. I should say I just missed that. Not only did the fish get off, but my bobber Spartan speared itself, orange tip down, and I was stuck on the ground for a minute. Interesting. Maybe I can spear the fish if I launch it fast enough at the surface by now. Do not try that at home. Got my worm. So now's a good time to switch over for a few minutes. See if I can't get a bass to bite somewhere. Guys, this is driving me nuts because you see a little bit of the pinks and the oranges, but if this was a good camera, the sunset I would be able to bring to you. My gosh. So, anyway, there's going to be lots of footage of that. Got the windmills. The windmills are churning. Guys, Wayne Rogers here for a quick recap. Slayed really good on the bluegill today. Used bread and the night crawlers. The bread were stale French loaves I had from a previous dinner. I figured, hey, might as well use them that way. They had already gotten a little hard. Who wants a sandwich out of that? Bluegill and green sunfish, apparently. And they destroyed it. Going back through the footage, it was anywhere from 3 seconds in the water to 12 seconds in the water, and that was getting taken off with. So not a lot of whoppers, but definitely caught fish, at least 40. I'm not exactly sure how many, but at least a dozen of the green sunfish, and the rest were all bluegill. So kept me busy, and that was in like 4 hours. I spent about 30 minutes of that time trying for the bass. I got a few light hits, but nothing major. It was probably just the smaller ones feeding right there at that point, but I got bored with that and went back to the bobber fishing and continued to destroy it. So it was a great afternoon, a good way to unwind, let off some steam, and just hang out outdoors and get some nice footage. So yeah, the key with the bread though was to get it just a little moist. You're just trying to get it so that you can pack it down really good and it'll stick. You don't want it soaked or it's going to fly off right away because it's just mush. And you don't want it dry because when it gets in the water it's just going to be soft mush and the fish are going to take off with it, and it's not going to hold on the hook that way either. Another thing to keep in mind is when using the bread, you're going to want to cast a little bit softer. When you're using an earthworm or a leech, you've got the hook in the body of that bait, and it's not going anywhere unless it's been destroyed by like 3 bluegill you killed in a row, which I was able to reuse quite a few more. You've got to make sure that's packed on right, and then try to give it a softer cast. Take some of the power out of your swing and just kind of let it glide in there. With bobber fishing for panfish, they don't care about the bobber. The bobber doesn't scare them. And in popular fishing areas, they've actually adapted and learned that that sound and the movement of the bobber means feeding time. So don't be afraid to let that thing just splash in there with a softer cast. You'll keep the bait on and you will hammer on the fish. I'm super tired, so I'm going to do a little editing and hit the sack. But stay tuned for more videos. Probably going to get back out tomorrow, and we'll go from there. Wayne Rogers with Wicked Bite Fishing. See you on the shoreline.